All right, so let's go ahead and try another one where we'll start with the height. So we'll just do a line here. And let's go for a female character that has some things coming off the side. So maybe some big blades or something I'm kind of picturing. You know, cool stance, you know, looking off to one side. So let's try that. So let's just start with the head. We'll have the torso going this way. So we'll start with the torso, get a bell shape in there for the female form, something like that. So I'm going to have it where she's actually looking back this way, so I could get a little bit of that brow. I don't know if the nose, because that would probably make it look like her head's tilted too far back, so I'll just get the cheek and the chin, and then we'll elaborate with the hair. So we don't want to make it look like she's stretched too far back. So something like that. You know, keep in mind you might need to scale the brush down. Now notice too, I'm going straight to black here. You don't have to do this. I just want to show you, you know, a multitude of ways to do everything that we're doing here. And something I think starts to happen naturally is as you build confidence with it, you start wanting more speed, and the speed is going to be directly related to, you know, going right to black. But we can still cut into these shapes and use a little bit of negative space as well. So I like this brush, but I often have a little bit more of a tricky time getting the curves the way that I want. So I have the one like here. Again, kind of that back bend. See, I'm missing my mark there a little bit. That's all right. At the knees there, foot out this way. Okay, so what I'm picturing with this character, again, I'm going to have the arm kind of tucked back, kind of coming out to the side. And then on this side, thinking she's just got the arm down. And the hand would actually be higher up, probably about here. But again, we could probably maneuver that if we have to. But she's holding a big blade of some kind. And actually, let's bring it out this way. Something like that. Now another thing that you can do, I've seen a lot of artists employ this technique, and again, it probably requires a little bit more confidence in what you're doing, but I'll show you real quick. Actually, let's go ahead and go back to about here. And sometimes it just makes sense to grab your selection tools. Again, if you're comfortable doing this, if you're not, no big deal. But sometimes you can drop in a shape like that, and then you can elaborate from the shape. So try to take nothing off the table. Try a little bit of everything. I think that's how you find your comfort zone and your style. But yeah, I'll roll with this for a minute. Still not quite the way I want it to look, but we'll see what we get as we go here. So again, get that anatomy in there. Feeling like there's way too much length on the arm here, but we'll correct that as we go. Oh yeah, way too big of an arm there. So let's go ahead and correct that now. I'm going to grab right up to here. Okay. And you see right there, we're going to lose that hand now based on the position. So I'm just going to use a little bit of spacing there to chisel that out. I'm thinking a little bit of the hair poking out here. I want to give it this kind of messy anime style hair, I think. And the other arm here, holding another blade or sword of some kind. So yeah, I think she looks pretty deadly at this point. Let's go ahead and flip the work. Check for any inconsistencies and weirdness in the pose. I think that's alright. I think the weirdest thing is the hair here, but kind of wanted it to have this fun, funky vibe to it, so I don't really mind this. And, you know, we're going to elaborate as we detail this. So some of this isn't going to make it to the end result when we do this type of stuff. But the important thing is that we explore ideas more quickly and more energetically. So again, thinking about the gesture of the pose, the energy and the vibe, the mood that it conveys, things like that. You know, with character design, it's very much about the backstory. You know, this character has to have enough energy and storyline to the design of it to where you can identify and you can relate and enjoy that character. The most successful character concepts are ones that are just, you know, fun, and they have some personality. So, and we probably don't need a line on both sides of the hand. We could get away with just the line on the bottom and really get away from the... It's kind of amazing how much you can read into something. Actually, let's go ahead and fill that in and then use a negative line. Just get in, you know, a bit of a hand shape. Actually, we'll just bring the hilt of it back here. Something like that will be fine. Get rid of that. And again, since we're already doing that, we can get into doing a little bit more shape into the design of the character. Something like that. And let's go ahead and just figure out some more little details, because right now they're just too plain. You know, the swords are cool, the hair has some character, but other than that, she's just kind of plain. So let's go ahead and take this a step further and let's give her some jewelry. So a little shoulder or upper arm plate of some kind. A little bit of armor there in the arm, widen that out. And almost thinking like some kind of, not necessarily a cape, but something that comes off the shoulders and waves down. So maybe a ribbon of some kind that just kind of flows there, adds another dynamic to the character. Something like that. And again, the reason being is that I just feel like she looks a little too boring. So something like this immediately adds a bit more flair. And again, it's fun for action sequences. I guess if it's a ribbon, it would be kind of flat to the one edge, but we'll just leave them to points. I think that looks kind of cool. And then, you know, more on the heels, or the gauntlets, or sorry, boots. Can't get my terminology right here, folks. So something like that. And I don't know, I'm just feeling like a ponytail, but maybe not. Let's just try it. It's so quick to take it away, so if this doesn't work, well, we'll get her out of there. Yeah, I think that's cool. Okay, so what else? Something here. Maybe she's got another weapon coming off her back here. Ready to go as a backup in case she loses her first two blades there. So something like that. And let's see if we can continue some of the details here. So we could have some of her clothing kind of silhouetted out, or marked in here, I should say. And just like that, we have a little bit more of a detailed silhouette. So let's go ahead and shrink this down, see if it's a keeper. Yeah, I like it. It's got a little bit more of a cartoon kind of feel with the proportions, but that can be fun. So we'll go ahead and keep that one. So now that shows you one that's, starting with black and then using a little bit of negative space or white, essentially to convey more of the details. So let's go ahead and do one more, because you really want to explore lots of these ideas, and then you're going to find one that you just really want to add to. For me, it's probably that warrior guy in the middle. He just looks fun. Like I could do a lot to that, or maybe we'll detail a couple of them. But let's go ahead and head over to the next lesson, create one more character, and see what we come up with.